Good afternoon and a warm welcome to our viewers. Thank you so much for joining in our session today. My name is Yasu Yamaguchi from Yokohama Urban Solution Alliance, or YUSA in short. I will be the moderator for this session. And first of all, I would like to introduce to you the three presenters who will be joining me for this session. First, Mr. Yoichiro Ori from the City of Yokohama International Affairs Bureau.
Thank you for the introduction. I'm Ori, still Yokohama.
Next, Mr. Kuniomi Hirano from Nippon Koei.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hirano from Nippon Koei.
And last but not least, Mr. Gen Takahashi from JFE Engineering.
Hello, I'm Takahashi from JFE Engineering Corporation.
They're all integral to YUSA's efforts, not just in terms of their respective organizations, but also personally as well. So I'm delighted that they're taking part in this session. And we will be hearing from each of them shortly on how they actually represent the core strengths and values of YUSA. But before that, just a little bit of background information from me. So, what is YUSA? Well, we are a coalition of Japanese private sector companies with various ties to Yokohama. As you can see here, some of our member companies are smaller, medium-sized enterprises rooted here in Yokohama, and some are well-known Japanese megacorporations with a global presence. There is a broad mix of companies providing urban infrastructure-related hardware, software, and engineering services, as well as business consultants, engineering consultants, and even financial institutions. Therefore, as a whole, we are uniquely positioned with the ability to cover a vast area of industry fields and sectors in providing urban development solutions to our clients. Another key feature of YUSA is our strong partnership with the City of Yokohama, formalized through a cooperation agreement signed in 2017. Our partnership is not just on paper. In fact, YUSA's office is located literally right next to the offices of Yokohama City's International Affairs Bureau on the same floor of the same building. And we truly do work together day in, day out as one team. Our strategic goal is to provide a one-stop service that integrates and cuts across the various phases and fields of the urban development and city management value chain, with a particular focus on clients in the ASEAN region engaged in large-scale smart city development projects. Now just a little bit on the backdrop for YUSA's story. This graph shows World Bank projections on how different economies are expected to rebound from the COVID-19 pandemic. The line in yellow shows advanced economies expected to recover to pre-pandemic levels by 2022. On the other hand, emerging market economies shown in green and low-income countries shown in purple are expected to struggle at least for the next couple of years. This graph, again from the World Bank, shows the change in rural versus urban population, as well as CO2 emissions over the past 60 years. As you can see, urban population has increased 4.3 times compared to rural population, which increased only 1.7 times. CO2 emission has increased 3.6 times in the same period. Here we show that in the Eurasian region, as of 1960, only Japan and just a few Middle Eastern countries shown in red had 50% or more of the population living in urban centers. As you can see, the red area drastically increases as we move to 2020, and it is forecasted that in 2050, only a handful of countries remain blue, meaning increased concentration of the population to urban centers throughout the region. Now, looking at things from SDG's point of view, it can be said that many of the 17 goals are closely related to urbanization issues. In other words, sustainable development cannot be achieved unless sustainability is placed at the core of urban development planning, execution, and city management. So the last slide for me. What is YUSA's value proposition to our clients in supporting them to achieve sustainable and smart urban development? Well, our strength comes from the three pillars that form the foundation of YUSA itself. The first pillar is the public sector experience and expertise in city development and management, represented by our partnership with the City of Yokohama. The second pillar is the private sector technologies and solutions for smart and sustainable cities, represented by the broad spectrum of solutions that can be provided by our member companies. The third pillar is the premier consulting and advisory services for premier urban planning, represented by the consulting capabilities that we possess through having Nippon Koei the leading engineering consultancy firm in Japan, and PwC, one of the largest business consultancy service providers in the world, as YUSA member companies. Now, enough from me. I would like to pass the mic to our three presenters that actually represent the three pillars that I just mentioned. Starting off with Mr. Ori from the city of Yokohama. Ori-san, can you please take us through the Yokohama experience in developing the livable and sustainable city that Yokohama is today?
Okay. I'm Ori, city of Yokohama. That good point in the process of developing livable city in Yokohama is the city of Yokohama has shared the future vision with the citizen and the private company for consensus and worked on the urban development together with them. And also, it is important to control the balance of urban development and natural environment. This is very important point. Later today, I would like to share with you our experience in the sustainable urban development of the city of Yokohama, and also share the way towards the urban development collaboration with private companies. At first, let me look back the past of Yokohama and introduce Yokohama. The population of Yokohama is about 3.8 million, and you can get Haneda International Airport, which is located in Tokyo, about 30 minutes by car or train. In 1950s and 1960s, we experienced a rapid population growth due to the urbanization. And we experienced serious urban challenges such as the shortage of infrastructure, pollution caused by urbanization, and the rapid population growth. To solve the urban challenge, the city of Yokohama shared the future vision of urban development with the citizens and the private companies. And the city worked on urban development to solve the urban challenge together with them, and that present Yokohama. There are various different areas in Yokohama. One of the examples of urban development in Yokohama is Minato-Mirai area with 83 million visitors every year. Minato-Mirai is a city center development project, and now 1,800 companies located there with 110,000 workers. City of Yokohama keeps leading this project from concept making, master plan making, guidelines, and regulation making through area management. Next. Not just urban development like Minato-Mirai, it is so necessary to share and frame the plan carefully to the citizens and private company to implement urban development, infrastructure, development or new service of city. City of Yokohama shares the plan, policy, and the basic target with citizens every 4 years and invite public comment. And the city holds sessions with citizens to promote understanding such as segregation of garbage and recycling and urban development. In this way, City of Yokohama has worked on projects to share and explain plan and policy with citizens, and a good point in the process of urban development. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ori-san. I would like to come back to Ori-san later on and ask him further about real-life examples of Yokohama's infrastructure development. But next up, I would like Mr. Hirano to talk about our second pillar, our integrated approach to consultancy services regarding urban development, and in particular, our concept of city management as a service, or CMAS.
Thank you, Yamaguchi-san. Again, I'm Hirano from Nippon Koei. Our company, Nippon Koei and PwC Advisory joined YUSA in this year in order to enhance YUSA's capacity for urban development projects in ASEAN cities. Nippon Koei is the top engineering consulting firm in Japan, which is able to carry a smart urban solution for a wide range of sectors. PwC Advisory has strong capabilities in business and digital analysis, incorporating a financial perspective. Both consultants have a strong network in ASEAN, which enable YUSA to support urban development projects side by side with local developers. Next, please. So first of all, why has Minato Mirai development succeeded in Yokohama for more than some decades? We believe that answer is city management. The city of Yokohama has cooperated with private developers from the initial stage of the concept planning in Minato Mirai. So in current operation and management stage, Yokohama established one organization for city management with stakeholders to value up the brand of Minato Mirai. Next, please. So let me explain CMAS, city management as a service in details. In this slide, we focus on beginning stage of master planning and business planning. The city of Yokohama with stakeholders had their input into developing master plan first, and then the basic agreement to be followed by stakeholders was made in the beginning stage. So to implement this basic agreement, Yokohama Minato Mirai 21 Corporation was established as PPP platform, defining the roles and responsibilities of public and private stakeholders. So strong leadership and cross-sectional effort of city of Yokohama was a key factor in bringing every activity together forward in same direction. Next, please. So moving on detailed design stage, the guidelines for detailed design were formulated through continuous discussion between public and private sectors. The guidelines ensure that realizing walkable and attractive city with controlling such as minimum lot size, building height, external wall setback, skyline vista, and so on. Next, please. In the following stage of infrastructure development, smart technologies were introduced, such as district heating and cooling system, common utility tunnel, etc. So these technologies enable the Minato Mirai more efficient and safer city, covering the whole area of 186 hectares. The actual implementation and construction has been initiated by private sectors, but the city of Yokohama continues to play a key role in terms of guideline and control of stakeholders. Next, please. Next is the in-lot and building development stages. The city of Yokohama coordinates strategic procurement to maintain integrated and harmonized atmosphere of Minato Mirai. Then the final is the city operation and management stage for providing better lifestyle as well as work style. Minato Mirai 21 Corporation continues to provide area management services, its mission being to provide continuous stimulation to the area so that it enhances attractiveness and values. Therefore, the Minato Mirai brand, as well as Yokohama brand, was established today and enabled to accommodate 1,800 global companies and 10,000 residents and 80 million visitors per year in Minato Mirai. Next, please. So based on the idea of CMAS, City Management as a Service, YUSA in collaboration with City of Yokohama can provide a variety of development project, including new town, industrial park, smart city, TOD city, or urban redevelopment, which meets the needs and wants of our client in ASEAN cities. City of Yokohama has a rich experience and knowledge in large-scale development from planning stage to operation and management stage. So YUSA member companies are able to carry a wide range of utility and smart services in order to answer to such needs and wants from the city of ASEAN. Next, please. So Minato Mirai has striving to be attractive city for more than 20 years. So some examples are shown here, such as accumulation of R&D, research and development facilities of global companies, operation of environment monitoring center, development of health and sports, or tourism or MICE facilities, conservation and the renovation of historical heritage, and so on. Next, please. So now we offer supporting your value proposition. YUSA with the city of Yokohama can provide one-stop service as an integrator, which can provide added value, starting from conceptual master planning stage to the city operation management stage. So city development and business development should achieve high quality lifestyle and economical promotion, and potentially with new concept of zero carbon or circular economy. YUSA with the city of Yokohama are willing to create attractive lifestyle and city management based on our city model, most livable city, Yokohama, into your city. Thank you very much. This is the end of my presentation.
Thank you very much, Hirano-san. I'd like to get back to you again with some further questions regarding our CMS concept later on. But before that, next up is Takahashi-san from JFE Engineering, one of our core member companies, to provide insight on our third pillar, that is, examples of private sector technologies and solutions that we can potentially provide to our clients.
Okay, thank you very much, Yamaguchi-san. So hello, all participants online. I'm Takahashi, JFE Engineering Corporation. So it's a very great honor to make this presentation on JFE's strong commitment to achieve a smart society as a member company of YUSA. Next, please. We are engineering business arm of JFE Group, one of the largest corporate group in Japan. We are doing a various infrastructure projects such as environment, energy, bridges, and the recycling business in this global market. Next. So, as you know, in the cities, we are facing a bunch of problems to be solved. For example, high mountain of non-segregated waste, dirty river polluted by the wastewater and garbage, chaotic traffic congestion every day, and very old infrastructure in the cities. Next, please. So for that kind of some problems, our boundless missions are out of there as long as the people in the world seek a more comfortable and better life. So JFE Engineering, we provide optimal solutions to create and continue to care for the foundation of life. Next. And also, our business is closely related to the SDGs, which aim to create a sustainable society. Among the 17 SDGs, we aim to contribute to the achievement of 7 SDGs, most relevant to us, JFE Engineering Corporation. And also, this is in line with our medium-long-term strategies looking ahead 10 years. Next. For 2030, to realize our goal of a circular economy, we JP Engineering will strengthen our 5 initiatives. 3 business fields of waste to resource, utility service, and infrastructure, in addition to carbon neutral to reduce CO2 emissions, and DX are the foundation of the other 4. Next. JFE, just for the earth, JFE, as you noted, please. Our mission is to create a safe and secure society, to strongly support people's rights, and to pass this on to the future generations. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Takashi-san. I would like to spend a little bit of time on some questions and answers. And first, I would like to go back to Ori-san from the city of Yokohama. Ori-san, I understand you have been deeply involved in Yokohama's past efforts in infrastructure development. Can you please provide some insight based on your experience, particularly in working with the private sector to implement infrastructure solutions? Ori-san.
Again, I am Ori, city of Yokohama. The important point of infrastructure project is to work as one team with local government and private companies. I will show you one of the examples that is to share resource and energy of wastewater treatment and solid waste management, city of Yokohama. In Yokohama, we have 11 wastewater treatment plants, and the sludge from wastewater treatment process is sent to 2 centralized sludge treatment plants. Next. We don't dump any sludge into landfill site. At sludge treatment center, sludge is processed into digestion gas, incinerator ash, and local alternative fuel. We utilize amount of incinerator ash as material backfill soil for construction works for cement. As for digestion gas, we use them as a power generation fuel or supplement fuel for incineration. We open a sludge drying facility to produce coal or alternative fuel in order to make full reuse of sludge. Next, please. Furthermore, both northern and southern sludge treatment plants located close to garbage incineration plant to let them make use of electric power, treated water, and digestion gas. Digestion gas is biogas and used for generating green power, and excess power is sold to electric companies. Carbon neutral and sustainable project management is established through collaboration among different facilities and by sharing resource and energy which is produced in this area. This idea and the project cannot be carried out only by private companies, but the collaboration between local government and private company can make it come. Next, please. Based on this experience, we believe that collaboration with the city of Yokohama and Yokohama-based company will help contribute global environment issues and people's well-being in urban areas through solving overseas urban challenges. City of Yokohama has experience on urban management and established rules and regulations from concept making of urban development through planning and implementation. Private company has experience and technology to implement urban development. Again, the important point is to work on one team with both local government and private company for completing live up, easy to work, and certainly urban development. Next, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, again, thank you very much for that, Nori-san. Now, I would like to ask Kirano-san a couple of questions as well. The first question, Kirano-san, can you elaborate a bit more on the capabilities of the consulting firms, i.e. Nippon Koei and PwC? What kind of experience do they have?
Thank you, Yamaguchi-san. YUSA's new members, Nippon Koei and PwC Advisory, global consulting firm. And as I mentioned, that Nippon Koei and PwC Advisory cover a wide range of the services of urban development projects, including infrastructure development and business scheme development. Currently in smart city solution and consulting projects, Nippon Koei is currently conducting smart city master planning and feasibility study in several cities in ASEAN ASCN cities. And PwC has also many experiences of smart city. For example, in Japan, Daimaru-yu, Otemachi, Marunouchi, Yurakucho, smart city master planning. Anyway, I want to emphasize that the consulting firm is basically not investors, so that we can keep fairness and neutrality for the client and also other user companies members, and are able to provide a variety of service from the planning stage to operational stage, not only from our company, but also with variety of partners. Thank you.
Okay, Hirano-san, one more question for you. You showed us some slides discussing the potential collaborations between YUSA and various stakeholders. And I understand that YUSA can support overseas developers from various aspects. What is the approach that YUSA takes to proceed with the consultation on these items?
Okay, so currently I have three key ideas. The first is intense discussion and information sharing with the developer, our client, to understand their needs and wants clearly. Now that in the coronavirus situation, we can talk not only face-to-face, but also the remote meeting. The second is the identification of the goal of the development through the make sure the vision based on the Yokohama's knowledge. Yokohama has the brand, also the Minato Mirai has the brand. So we would like to make sure the goal of the development in the ASEAN cities. The third is the approach to Japanese investors and solution provider directly from us to the Japanese investors and providers to realize the successful development for overseas developers. This is the 3 points.
Okay, thank you so much, Hirano-san. Next, a couple of questions for Takahashi-san as well. First, I understand that JFE Engineering can provide various infrastructure technologies to meet urban development issues. But can you elaborate a bit more on how you can materialize and actually implement those solutions, particularly in the context of the needs from developing countries in the Asian region?
Thank you very much. I'd like to say kind of some very realistic situation. So as you noted, the social infrastructures that the JFE Engineering provides achieve a comfortable urban life. But in some cases, the necessary fund, money, budget are not available to materialize such kind of infrastructure project. For example, due to insufficient budget for the operational maintenance in waste sector, the proper waste disposal has been delayed and sanitation of the city has been worsened. As you noted, this is a very, very bad situation, I think. So we have to avoid such kind of situation, of course. So our idea will be to mobilize subsidies and support schemes from the Japanese government and other government to partner with a local company that are proactive in environmental measures and to form SPCs with them and implement the project. So such kind of actions will be essential and necessary to materialize such kind of some very good infrastructure projects. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Takashi-san. One more question for you. You mentioned what is called a combined utility service as one of the 5 initiatives for JP Engineering today. Can you explain to us further on what that entails?
Thank you very much. So in some cases in Japan, due to aging infrastructure or shortage of human resources and lack of financial resources, unfortunately. So several public services such as waste, water, energy are starting to transfer to the private sectors. So JP Engineering, in cooperation with several local governments in Japan, we are participating in such a project to take a charge of public services in a combined manner. So, for example, in Yokohama, as our very first case, we are doing some concession project for the comprehensive sewage treatment for long years. So, luckily, Mr. Ori-san has explained in his presentation. Thank you so much. And also the very latest case in Miyako City, Niigata Prefecture, it's a north side of Japan. We have set up SPC to implement 3 services. 3 services is gas supply and water supply and sewage treatment. So we understand this is a very unique case. So we are saying this is some combined utility services. So of course, in the future, we are going to expand these businesses not only in Japan but also in some Asian countries, USCP in Asian countries. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Takashi-san. Now we're approaching the end of our session, but before we finish off, I would like to share a video message from one of our highly valued clients. A video message from Chairman Vikram Kromadit from Amata Corporation in Thailand.
สวัสดีครับ I am Vikram, CEO of Amata Group. We are the industrial park, which we have been done about 33 years ago as a perfect city. And 6 years ago, we have been cooperate with the Yokohama city for the dream that we would like to be a smart city. And we do have YUSA. It's a unit that coming to make our dream come true. We would like to be the low carbon city in the near future. Of course, we would like to save the global warming and the future of the human life. We have the philosophy of the all-wind that we would like to make Amata to be the best of the smart city with the all-wind philosophy. YUSA is a unit who are bringing a lot of the company in Yokohama with their knowledge to coming to making Amata to be the future of the successful smart city in Thailand and in the region. I am very much appreciate that Yokohama city can be support YUSA, and also Japanese government also can be support YUSA, can help Amata to developing all the smart city in the region of the Great Mekong sub-region. Thank you.
So that sums it all up for our session today. Again, thank you so much to the online viewers who have joined our session. Now here are YUSA's contact details. So if you are a stakeholder engaged in urban development projects and interested to hear more on what YUSA can offer, or if you're a Japanese company that may be interested in joining our YUSA team to help us become even stronger and better in providing added value services to our overseas clients, we would love to get in touch with you. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Again, thank you so much and goodbye.
Rapid urbanization in the world. How to become a chosen city and a growing city. We believe that for city management as a service, CMOS is the key. What is CMOS? Let's look at the Minato Mirai 21 district in Yokohama as an example. Yokohama is the largest city in Japan, next to Tokyo. Located in the center of the city, Minato Mirai is a 186-hectare area with 110,000 workers, 10,000 residents, and 1,800 global companies, making it a hub for open innovation. It is also a bustling city that attracts 83 million visitors annually for international conferences, sightseeing, and relaxation for residents and visitors. Until the 1970s, this area was a shipyard and was needed to be developed as a new business district. The Minato Mirai 21 project was planned to unify and strengthen two urban centers. Why has long-term urban development over several decades succeeded? We believe this is city management. For a huge development area, a public-private partnership, PPP, was needed. The PPP organization discussed a business plan for the relocation of the shipyard and reclamation of a new coastal area. It formulated a detailed master plan. To achieve the master plan, we established the basic agreement and urban design guidelines for the cityscape of Minato Mirai as a whole. Arterial roads to outer areas and district heating and cooling system were developed. In addition, ground improvement and utility tunnels were implemented for the resilient city. The legacy of the shipyard was preserved as historical heritage, and it is sharing that history in the cityscapes. There are many key contents to enhance local vitality, such as green and open space, color scheme of buildings and skyline. Then, a pedestrian network linked these key nodes and created the walkable city. Even after the development, an area management organization was established to continue to improve the attractiveness and value of the district. CMOS is designed to support the developer and provide various services from master planning to city operation phases. CMOS for smart cities, livable cities, TOD, and industrial parks. From Yokohama, we want to share with you our knowledge for a high-quality lifestyle. Let's realize your city planning together.